Hey there, good morning. It is Saturday the 19th of August 2023. I am outward. I started 2 years ago, over 2 years ago now, out at the big field here in town. Now a lot has changed. When I started 2 years ago, none of these houses were here. This street was just a mess because, well, it was not being maintained because nobody lived down here. And now for the most part, you know, there's a whole new park down at the end of the street that wasn't there before. It was all construction site, and you know, they've cleaned out the dead trees, or most of the dead trees, and picked up the litter along the side. So, you know, once people start living in a place, it starts getting cleaner. But I'm still gonna do the walk basically down to where I started last week, pick up the edge of the field here, and then down the road and around the transit center. That's my goal for today. Beautiful day, cooled down a lot. It was in the mid 90s and upper 90s here during the week, and now I think it's like 65 right now. It's beautiful. And smoke is coming in tomorrow from the fires up in Canada, so I expect that it's gonna get hard to do stuff for a while until we get some rain. I'm hoping that the rains come up all the way from the hurricane that's gonna come up through California. I hope we get some of that up here. Get a little rains would help a lot. So anyways, that's where I'm starting today. It's just a nice easy pick, no big hills today, and just keep the neighborhood clean. That's the goal. I will catch you when I'm all wrapped up. Okay, so sometimes when you're out picking, you get into an area you've never done before and you find something really strange. So this is a ditch that's normally full of water, and you know, it's been really dry, so empty. I got down on the bottom of it, started picking, and I came across this piece of metal, and I went to pick it up, and it was attached to something, and I started pulling, and pulled longer and longer, and it turned out to be a 40-foot piece of hose that was buried in the mud. Looks like a 2-inch diameter hose. It's not a fire hose because it doesn't have the fittings for a fire hose, but definitely a water hose, something off a truck or something. But one of those really weird things that you find when you're out picking, you just don't expect to do it. So even on an area you thought you had done. So far I've got about 3 bags, 2 of them here, 1 of them farther up, and I'm about halfway done. So I'll keep on at it. So this is what I think the British call fly tipping. So obviously there's been a lot of construction going on here the last few years, and it looks like in this one corner, one of the contractors dumped some old pails of cement or mortar, a bunch of flower pots, and a bunch of gallon jugs and stuff. So it's not the worst, but you know, I will say that the construction industry has a long way to go in the US to be better at not leaving a mess behind when they finish up. And I know this area is still going to have more construction, but they shouldn't leave it like this. This is clearly lack of supervision. Hey there. It's about 11:15. I think I was at it for 2.5 hours, and I'm tired. I cannot overstate the amount of exercise that you can get picking litter. I keep saying, if I could partner with these CrossFit organizations and say, you know, take 1 workout a month for everybody, all of your members, and pick litter, they'll get just as good a workout as whatever you're doing in CrossFit. You're picking your legs up, you're bending over, you're picking stuff up, reaching, walking. If you do it right, you'll get a good workout. So I won't have to work out the rest of the weekend after this one. Excuse me. Yeah, so about 6 bags today, plus the giant hose that I showed you, a whole bunch of buckets in that trash dump area, some fireworks that I burned off. You could tell there would have been a fire in one of the places at least, because scorch marks in the ground, and whether or not it was set off by fireworks or not, I don't know. But yeah, I think this lot now is probably about, I'm gonna say 8 to 10 acres, and you know, 6 bags off of that, and I didn't even cover the whole thing. I was planning on doing other parts of the area, but once I got to the back side of the lot there was just so much. So, you know, and then you get into areas where you picked before, but it was all wet or underwater or too wet to walk on in the spring. And now's a good time to get in there and get those areas. And it's amazing how much water, or how much blows into the water and then gets stuck in there, just accumulates over the winters and stuff. And so I tried to pick those as much as I could. This needs another day of picking around here. I don't know if it'll be tomorrow. We'll see what smoke does and see how I'm feeling and what else I got going on. But yeah, it's amazing. This is half mile from my house. Like, there are so many areas just close by. I live in a nice suburb, half mile from my house, and get out and pick 6 bags of garbage. So if you think you're living in a nice neighborhood and it's all clean, I guess if you've got a, you know, gated community where the HOA is doing everything, no problem. But if you've got roads running through, if you've got people walking sidewalks, whatever, construction, you're gonna have litter. It doesn't mean you have to travel to the worst neighborhoods, or you don't have to travel and go down interstates and be unsafe there. Just go look in your local neighborhood, get out there and pick. And I started wondering as I was out there, you know, there's been a lot of talk about HOAs and the effect that they have on communities, and you know, I understand the reason for them being here. But if we put as much effort into litter cleanup as we did into the maintenance of lawns, if that was the point, if people just stopped worrying about how somebody's lawn looked and just said, hey, there's litter in the neighborhood, let's get that first, man, it's just, we have our priorities wrong at times, I think. You know, anyways, off my soapbox for the day. That's it. Please like and subscribe. I do appreciate the likes and the comments. It keeps me going. I was out trying to use the mobile app today, and I found an issue with it when I get the lower level of cell service. One of the features doesn't work, and I'm like, oh, gotta fix that, because that's gonna be an issue for everybody else. So, you know, that's a good thing to do. So anyways, have a great day, have a great weekend. I will catch you next time.